Jai Siddhama, everyone. This is Sadhvi Siddhali Shri here with my spiritual teacher and guru, Acharya Shri Yogesh, for the 18th episode of Acharya Shri's podcast. Acharya Shri is a respected enlightened one who has helped thousands of souls progress on their spiritual path and totally transform. Welcome to all of our new listeners and thank you for tuning in. Matavanami Acharya Shri. Acharya Shri, a few weeks ago, we were walking and I had asked you about what is the nature of soul. So before, other times you have described soul as shapeless, formless, a sense of aliveness, and these kinds of things, but you didn't really touch too much on soul's nature. So you said, save it for the podcast. So now that we're recording the podcast, what is soul's nature?
Soul's nature. In Sanskrit we call it Atma, or in Prakrit it is called Aya. And I was reading one Jain text. It is called Sthanang Sutra. And I was reading the first chapter. First chapter was written the first word, Ege Aya. Ege Aya. Soul is one. There are infinite soul, and how they can't tell me now soul is one. Yeah, then I realized that soul is one basically because everybody has the same power. Because nature of the soul is the same. No matter what and where, what place or which place, or if that soul is born into the heaven or hell or animal or human or any little creatures or even algae, but its true nature is never going to be covered. It is there, it will be there, it always will be same. That's what I said. The very true nature of the soul is aliveness. Why? Because it is alive. If there is no aliveness, there is no pain. You don't feel it. It is called samvedan. Samvedan is like it happened. Samvedan is like you feel it. Somebody touches your body, you feel it. It's somebody touching it, right? It is called samvedan. If there is a stone, a rock, you touch that, they don't feel it because it is totally dead. So first of all, you have to understand there are two kinds of eternal things in the universe. One is soul, one is matter. Matter doesn't have any feelings or aliveness. Where there is no aliveness, there is no soul. Aliveness is the first nature of the soul. And where there is aliveness, there is a feeling. Samvedana, Spurna. Spurna means like when you have a goosebumps. It is called Spurna. Then you feel it, and you feel it sudden or slow, but you feel it. Even the soul is into the hell, suppose. And there is not even one moment. I am not using word second, moment. In 1 second there are thousands of moments. Even there is not even one moment that they don't feel pain. Extremely pain. So there is that nature is still there. They feel it because they are alive. So the first nature of the soul is aliveness. Where there is aliveness, it means there is a soul. Anything moves, anything grows, anything sprouts, anything grows, anything even grows a lot. So it means there is a soul. All these vegetation, they grow. All these little creatures, bugs, algae, it grows. So it means even the rock into the mountain, it grows. It becomes bigger. When you take it out, it stops it. So it is somewhere where there is these symptoms, there is a soul. But the true nature of the soul is to be alive. And the really, really true nature of the soul is a knowing power. Where there is a knowing power, there is a soul. If no knowing power, they don't know anything. If they don't know anything, there is no soul. And basically, that's what I said. This nature, aliveness, knowingness, it is everywhere. No matter where the person is. But it depends on, if you are in the human body, you have little more, your layers are more peeled and you know little more. But you know little less or little more, it doesn't make any difference. Knowing power is there. And where the soul is very low category, like suppose it is in the algae, it seems like it is a death. It is so much dark, so much karma, cannot see, cannot feel, cannot do, cannot know anything. They cannot enjoy. The another nature of the soul is enjoy. It is called bliss. Bliss is the very true nature of the soul. But even though we have this, even we are in the human body, we are not liberated yet, but we still feel that nature, bliss, blissful state. It happens sometimes, but it is covered by the layers of ignorance, layers of illusion, layers of karma, so we cannot feel it. Like how, if it is your true nature, no matter where you are, you're supposed to feel it, right? But how cannot you feel it? How cannot you enjoy it? I'm going to give an example. Suppose there is a drought, and in drought there is nothing left to eat, right? The children are starving, grown-up people starving, the animals are starving, everybody is like a skeleton, kind of. And the whole family sitting there. And the best rice pudding with almonds, with saffron, with made a beautifully and tastiest thing, somebody gives to a person, just the mother, that only you can eat it, nobody else. And children are starving there. They are skeleton. Husband sitting, mother sitting there. But you give only that one lady. And her 4 or 5 children sitting in front of it, that they want to take it and eat it right away because they are starving. And this rice pudding is the best and tastiest rice pudding. Now, condition is you have to eat it only. Even she is starving mother, and it is the tastier thing, can she enjoy that? No. Situation is totally different. That's why the knowing power is there, bliss is there, but situation is different. Situation she cannot enjoy because she sees her children starving, dying without food. And even so it is the tastier thing. Somebody pours in her mouth even, she will not still enjoy. The nature of the soul is like that. It depends on the situation, what body you have got. If you got the body of bacteria, it is like totally dark. The enjoying power is totally gone. To be in the hellish planet is totally dark. you cannot enjoy anything. Even though nature is there, bliss is there. If the nature of the soul is bliss, why they cannot feel it? Because it depends on the situation. Depend on your how much layers up around you. That's what I mentioned to you, that the nature of the soul is formless. It doesn't have any shape, any form. It is like a light. The very nature of the soul is a light and bliss. Sat, Chit, Anand. Atma is Sat, Chit and Anand. Let me give you, translate it. There are three words: Sat, Chit and Anand. Sat means eternal, true. Chit means liveness. Anand means bliss. That is the true nature of the soul, Sat, Chit, Anand. If somebody asks you that who are you, you can say, I am Satchidananda. I am Satchidananda. Sat, Chit, Anand. And that is the true nature. In three words, all the true nature is hidden of the soul. But they keep telling, I am Satchidanand. But did you realize it? That you are Sat, Chit, Anand? Many people, many parents, they gave the child's name Satchidanand. Name is there, but realization, experience is not there. Name doesn't do anything much. But if we begin to think, oh, I am Satchidanand, I am eternal, I am aliveness, I am blissful, then maybe we begin to think, how can I experience, how can I see? So what is the true nature? Anything, what is their true nature? It is called their dharma. It is called their dharma. Dharma means a real path. The real path of the soul is Sat, Chit, Anand, eternal, aliveness and blissful. The Atma is Jnanmay. Atma is Anant Jnanmay. Anant Jnanmay means infinite knowing in the soul. That is its true nature. Atma Anandamayi. Anandamayi means like it is the infinite bliss. Bliss is infinite. So an Atma is Chidananda. Chidananda means always aliveness. So the real true nature of the soul is this. But because of there are many things happen on the way, lot of layers, lot of darkness, layers of ignorance, layers of illusion, layers of pain, suffering, what we call Vedaniya karma. So, and this it cannot enjoy, it cannot see it. Even it has eyes, it cannot see. The real nature of the soul doesn't need eye. Every single particle of soul is its eye, ear, nose, everything is there. Even little particle. Each particle, the soul doesn't need any senses. We have these senses because the soul is covered by the ignorance dark. So it cannot enjoy. So the more you get the improved body, like human body, so you begin to feel little more. When you begin to feel little more, it means like couple of layers of darkness got removed somehow. So I think the people even they think, oh, I am feeling pain. That is the nature of the soul. Without soul, you cannot feel it. It is a feeling. It is a discomfort feeling only. We call it suffering or pain. But what is the other way around? Like, oh, I am feeling very happy. I am feeling very sukh, happiness. What is that? It means it is the, basically it is the, without soul you cannot feel. So this is all nature of the soul, whatever you think about it, whatever you see around it. But I always tell the people that the very true nature of soul, people leave that one behind. It is called Anant Darshanmayi. Infinite Darshanmayi means it can see infinite everywhere. Not only knows, it can see also. That is called Anant Darshanmayi. And that they all religion mostly they leave this nature of the soul behind. But I am going to add you that not only our soul's nature is infinite knowing or infinite seeing. I will add one more. Anant Charitra Mayi. That it has infinite right conduct, right behavior, right whatever your people go up and down, so many different kind of behaviors or habits. This is all included into the conduct. People think, oh, the right conduct, a right character is the nature of the soul. I will say it is all these things included in the right conduct, and it is infinite in the soul. When soul awakens, it automatically happens with it. When soul is covered by the ignorance or by layers of karma or ignorance or illusion, then it cannot see all these qualities. These qualities are anant. Anant means infinite. Infinite knowing, infinite seeing, infinite conduct, infinite, I call it Gyanmay, Anant Gyanmay, Anant Darshanmay, Anant Charitramay. So these are the really true nature. In one word, if I will tell you, Anant. Anant. Anant means bliss. And bliss, once it is achieved, it is infinite. It never ends. And bliss is amazing. Why soul never going to get bored? Why? Because the bliss is always new bliss. In each moment is a new bliss. In each moment is coming. So when a person get enlightened, they cannot get bored. Why? Because it is every single moment is a new bliss. It is like a flame going on. Every single moment is a new flame. The old flame is already died. So the Atma is always new. That is the real nature of the soul. It never gets old. It's always new, newer, newest, every moment. So that's the way. If we begin to understand the real nature of soul, we're going to find it. We're going to search it. We're going to discover it. And hope our discovery is on the right way. Our search is on the right way. Our discovery is on the right way. Not through Google. Don't search through Google. You're never going to find the real nature of the soul. You have to search right way.
Thank you, Acharya Sri. Acharya Sri, to follow up that, so you described the nature of soul and the symptoms. However, soul is also individual. So the nature of soul is also individual to that soul. So basically all souls are the same. They have a knowing power, they have a vision power, they also have the bliss, the aliveness, the right conduct in an infinite way. Yet at the same time, soul is uniquely itself. So what is that? Is that it's not a personality because there's no personality to soul. So can you describe more of the uniqueness and how that comes about, or it's always kind of eternal, beginningless?
Yeah, the soul is always individual. Even they get liberated, they still are individual. Even when they get liberated, they merge with the light, merge with the light. Basically, because of the light is same, knowing is same, that's what we call it Egaya, that the nature of the soul is same, so soul is one. But they will be always individual. Suppose, like there are thousands kings sitting in the one room. Ask them, who are you? Say, I am king. Then who are you? I am king. Who are you? I am king. They are all king, right? So they are all equal. Same way every single soul, when it is awakened, ask them, who are you? I am soul. Name disappears. All this body disappears. All everything disappears. Even the body is still there. Maybe it is not the last body. They will still say the same thing. Like kings say the same thing. That everybody is king. Same way, everybody is king as a soul. They don't lose their individuality, even they merge with the collective consciousness. Even they merge with, what is God? God is a collective consciousness, collective soul. Like, suppose a sun. The source of the light is like one sun, suppose, here on this our planet. And but there are many other sources of light. Light bulb, candle, deepak, right? Or gas. There are so many other sources of the light. But because the sun seems like the main source of the light, so suppose all these light merge with the sunlight, right? It becomes one light. Same way, the soul, even though this is all collectively, we call it God, but they remain always individual. That's why the real nature of the soul is a freedom, total freedom. I call it the real nature and true nature of the soul is freedom. Even though it merges with the collective consciousness, it doesn't lose its real nature of freedom, individuality. It will stay always individual. Otherwise, they cannot enjoy the bliss if they merge with it. Suppose one king, thousands king, merge with the one king, right? And all 999 kings out of 1,000 disappear and one king remain. So it means all these 999, they lost their individuality. That's Hindu God. Now, the real nature of the soul, even they merge with that, they don't lose their individuality or in their existence. Their individual soul, even it is fully liberated, it doesn't lose its own existence. You can tell another nature of the soul, to exist. It exists because it is eternal. So existence. And it remains always individual. It will remain always there. So if we begin to understand the nature of the soul, we will one day discover it.
Acharya Shri, what exactly makes the soul unique?
What makes the soul unique?
What makes the soul unique? Mm-hmm.
Few things. Like it makes the soul unique that it can when they have some kind of joy in their life. So hey, I can enjoy, they cannot enjoy. This book sitting here, it cannot enjoy, I can enjoy. Few things makes soul unique, like not only joy, one, it can, that hey, if soul is awakened, so your every single pore begin to see it, every single pore of your body. So in the body, it makes only unique in the body. When it is liberated, there is no way to compare. I can compare only when it is in the body. In the body, every single pore begin to see. It makes the soul very much unique. Why? Because we don't see. We are used to see only through eyes only. Or we used to hear through the ears only. Or we used to taste through the mouth only. Smell through the nose only. Or think through the mind only. Right? Or through the brain. Process, think. But brain, soul, brain, mind, senses, whatever you see here, soul is unique because it doesn't need anything. These are all instruments for the weak soul. I call it weak soul. But uniqueness of the soul is it doesn't need anything. If you go deep into the meditative state, for a moment, and you begin to taste everything, because that time your senses are bypassed, your mind is bypassed, your thoughts are bypassed. When it bypassed, the real nature pops up. Even it pops up 1 second. That is the way you will see the uniqueness of the soul. Otherwise you cannot taste it. It's difficult. You have to go through, like I can tell, hey, the uniqueness of the soul is blissful state, right? But if you never tasted the blissful state, no matter how much I tell you, you're never going to understand it. It is like I have a really hard time to explain it. Why? It is like somebody asked me, I want to learn how to swim. And can you teach me? Of course I can teach you. I take the person to near the water or swimming pool. He said, I don't want to go into the water. Can you teach me? How can I teach? I can try everything. You put your hand this way, your leg this way, and no matter how much I explain how to swim, person is not going to learn. The best way is I have to put that person or push that person into the water. Without going into the water, it cannot be learned how to swim, right? It requires the water. Same way, no matter how much I tell you what is the nature of the soul and what is the uniqueness of the soul, people will not understand unless they experience, realize their own way. And there is a way to realize. Realizing, you have to just close off all this, shut off all this instrument, what you have. Your instruments, all your senses. 6th sense is mind. You have to shut off all of this, and suddenly soul will begin to see. Can you believe that every single pore can begin to hear and begin to see and begin to taste? That time you will know the uniqueness of the soul. Otherwise I cannot explain.
Yes, Acharya Shri. I think, which is true, because I don't think if I knew these answers or have experienced it, I wouldn't ask. So, and it is difficult because you're trying to explain something that's inexplainable, right? So my question for uniqueness was, so for example, you had mentioned that, by us having a separate body or having a physical body, we're able to see each other differently and separately. So my question for the uniqueness was, when you have, let's say, 5 souls in front of you who are without body, and they are their light, they are their bliss, they are, they have the other natures of the soul. But how do you know which soul is who if they don't have a physical? That's what I was referring to. How do you know the individual uniqueness? And of course, if I'm there in that state, I would know the answer, but I don't. So I was just curious how.
That's what I mentioned to exist. Existence will remain separate still, because uniqueness of the soul, even it's totally free, no body involved, nothing, bodilessness state totally. So existence doesn't disappear. That's what is Sat, eternal. Existence is, uniqueness is, let me give an English word, to be. You don't have to be anything, just to be. Once you learn how to be, right, it means you exist. Otherwise you cannot be. You have to understand the word, a little bit nature of the words. It's hard to explain because language is really very weak to explain the reality. I can say that to be. If you can be, you cannot be without it. Existence or without eternity. This is all uniqueness. If you will be always, and because the nature of the soul is knowing, and once your soul is fully awakened, you will see 5 liberated souls here. You can see them separately. And it is now, I can give you an example. In one room there may be 100 candles and light merges with the light. But we have now advanced technology. We can still, it is one light, we can still see it, which candle's light is where these particles are reflecting now. We have this digital kind of system these days. We can make separation out of 100 candles lights separate. We can see it. We have this technology. But can you believe, if your soul is fully open, you can see clearly when you are on that state. That is the uniqueness of the soul. Even though it seems like one light, but you can still see infinite soul exists in that light. Infinite. Because that light, one light, is nobody's making it. All liberated souls are making it. Just, you can say they're infinite candle. So the sunlight, they merge with the sunlight, right? So all infinite candle, they make the sun, kind of. Just, I can just compare. But like, there is no comparison. Cannot do it. When soul is fully liberated, because it is infinite knowing, they will know the separate existence. And they can go there to say hi by knowing. Because there is no touch anymore. Touch disappear. Because touch is a very incomplete existence, not complete existence. Complete existence is totally free. When soul is free, that is the time, because they have infinite knowing or infinite seeing. They will see it, they will know it, and every soul will know each other too. Even they are liberated. No, they don't have a body, they don't have senses, they don't have a mind. But they still know it, because knowing is infinite. That is the uniqueness of the soul. Don't think only God knows. Every single soul has this nature. What God knows, we know too. But we are just incomplete yet. God is complete.
Matamanami Acharya Shri, and thank you. Can you just take all of us to liberation, and then we don't even have to ask questions?
Yeah, in liberation they don't ask.
Just take us there.
That's beautiful.
Yes, thank you, Acharya Shri. And thank you all again for tuning into Acharya Shri's podcast today. Please be sure to subscribe to his podcast on iTunes and YouTube, as well as follow Acharya Shri on social media via Facebook and Instagram. This way you continue to receive guidance for your spiritual journey. Jai Siddhartha.
Jai Siddhartha.